Take three. Take three. Take three is third time the charm here. This third time the charm count. I don't know what's happening. First time my computer freezes. Second time my internet shits on me. And now third time here, what's going to happen? Is my house going to explode? Is my house going to goddamn explode during a goddamn stream? Jesus fucking Christ. But what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to TTP Sports. I'm monitoring my freaking frames. I'm monitoring my internet right now. I think I know what the root cause of it was. And I unplugged that thing, and it looks like right now the frames are steady and the connection is steady. So maybe whatever I unplugged, that was the root cause of it. So maybe have to think twice about using that thing. So, okay. Where did I fucking leave off before my computer rudely froze on me and before the internet rudely shitted on me? Phillies win an epic game down in Baltimore. Oh my god. I'm going to probably restate what I said earlier. I probably forget what I said earlier, but like I said, I'm probably going to be restating it. That, if I was not a fan of either of these teams and I was just a baseball fan tuning into this, I just wanted to see two of the best teams in baseball playing. That was a fantastic game. That was a fantastic, entertaining game to watch. Both sides, two of the best teams' pitching staffs dueling it out, dominating each other's offenses. And the Phillies happened to come out on top in extra innings. Shocker. Shocker. Phillies actually produced and got something positive result-wise in extra innings. That was very shocking. My God. But, yeah, huge win by the Phillies. Huge win by the Phillies. The atmosphere down there in Camden Yards. Mwah. Mwah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Phillies fans completely taken over Camden Yards. The atmosphere down there for Phillies fans, just a quick 2-hour drive here from Philadelphia, or if you're just in the Delaware Valley in general, easy drive down there to Baltimore. It's going to be a sellout this week. I'm sure it's going to be a battle between Philadelphia Phillies fans and Baltimore Orioles fans. There were a ton of Phillies fans there, and that was an electric atmosphere. Holy shit, that was fun. And what got the Phillies going? It was another Kyle Schwarber leadoff bomb. June. Kyle Schwarber, the leader of this ball club, putting the team on his fucking feet to start the ball game off. Epic shit. Epic stuff. Schwarber looks like he's seeing the ball a ton better. Ranger Suarez, I thought, was very sharp in this game. Early on, the command issues definitely were there, but he settled in, and he put the Phillies in a position to win this ball game. He 100% did. Basically kept a 2-1 lead through basically the entire situation, and, I thought he was very sharp. Phillies bullpen, I thought for the most sense, the Phillies bullpen in this game was good. Yes, it sucks that Matt Strahm allowed a run. It sucks that he allowed the game-tying solo shot to Santander when I believe he had him down in a 2-strike count or something like that. Santander just went after a fastball that was completely up in the zone, and I wouldn't even think that he would have been able to hit that ball out, and I guess you just say kudos to that. It was a very good swing by Anthony Santander, and that tied the ball game up. I just got to chalk it up to it being a very good swing there. It sucks that Matt Strahm gave that up. I can't be mad at Strahm. I can't. The dude went 27-plus innings straight, scoreless. His last time he allowed an earned run was opening day. Like, this dude was on a elite stretch, an historic stretch of just not allowing earned runs or runs to cross the plate at all. I can't be mad at Matt Strahm for that. I just cannot. Orion Kerkering, he was put in a tough situation in the extras. He should have won the ball game, honestly, if I'm just, just putting it out there. Rafael Marchand, it was a bad pitch by Orion Kerkering. Or, Marchand wasn't fully set up in that position, wasn't prepared for that pitch. It goes all the way back to the backstop. But then, Marchand was in a position to get Cedric Mullins out at home plate, and he stumbles a little bit getting to home plate. I think if he doesn't stumble, he probably gets Mullins out there. It was a bang play. He was called out on the field. Not sure if there was enough to overturn the call, but it is what it is. And we go into a rain delay because, that's when the rain started to come down in that bottom of the 10th inning. And what do we had, like an hour or something rain delay, and over an hour plus rain delay? Honestly, you can say, maybe the rain delay benefited the Phillies. Maybe the rain delay benefited the Phillies a little bit there, because you're thinking to yourself, yeah, we got the final out there. Huge play there by Marchand to get the final out. It's getting reversed. Orioles just tied it. Okay, now we got to go to the top of the 11th. The mojo's down. The vibe's down. Momentum's probably on Baltimore's side. Nope. Rain delay comes in. Mother Nature interrupts that, and we're paused for basically an hour plus in a delay. And then you come back to the top of the 11th inning. Your top of the lineup's up. Obviously, they were going to intentionally walk Bryce Harper because they always do that in extra innings. They do not want, no team wants Bryce Harper to be the one that beats them. They want to make sure it's another person that beats them. And Alec Bohm, who had 2 hits come into this game, coming into this at bat in the top of the 11th inning, Alec Bohm needed that. Alec Bohm needed what he did in that top of the 11th inning. Probably would have been a home run in any other ballpark. Not going to be honest with you, because they ruined Camden Yards, but how badly they pushed back the left field wall. They pushed it back badly. My God, it is so deep out there. It is such an eyesore with the way the wall is set up. It is so bad, in my opinion, and it completely ruins that ballpark. It's still a fantastic ballpark. I wish I can go to it. I probably will do that in the future, but it's still completely ruined from the greatness that it once was with how badly they pushed back that left field wall. Because honestly, Castellanos probably would have had a home run in this game if it wasn't for how deep that left field wall was. Because he would have gone back-to-back with Schwarber to start the game. That's how hard he hit that second ball of the game. And sadly, it just went into the deepest spot of the ballpark in that left field area. And it died, basically. It would have been a home run at, I believe, half of the stadiums in Major League Baseball. So yeah, that's what we're dealing with there in Camden Yards for left-handed hitters. But Santander was able to get the ball out of the ballpark with his swing. Like I said, credit to him on that swing against Matt Strum and all that stuff. But Alec Bohm needed that. Back to where I was talking about it first. Alec Bohm needed that. Alec Bohm needed that badly, because clear signs of frustration. One of the hits that he had in the game was just a chopper that he was just able to hustle out. Second baseman was not able to make the play. He did get a hit in the top of the 9th inning. He laced it over to the right field line. So maybe that was a good sense for Alec Bohm, maybe just to get some confidence in that swing. And then he's hacking first pitch, and he crushes it just out of the reach of Austin Hayes out there in left field. Drives in 2 runs. Bryce Harper's running all the way. Get a 2-run lead. Seraphiny shuts it down because Seraphiny has actually been very good for the past month and a half. I'm sure there's still people out there that are very nervous when Seraphiny comes out there. No, pretty much Seraphiny has been very good for a while. That's Seraphiny that came out there in the bottom of the 11th inning. That was 2022 Seraphiny Dominguez, the way he pitched. He looked confident in his stuff. Yeah, there was still some wildness there. Obviously, that's going to be there when Seraphony's out there on the mound. But he showed conviction. He showed confidence in his stuff. And like I said, when you add a very confident Seraphiny Dominguez to that bullpen, it just adds another weapon that you can use to where you can go to Jose Alvarado, who was very good. You can go to Jeff Hoffman, who was absolutely electric, getting out of that jam that Ranger Suarez left in the 6th inning, or the 7th inning, actually. So fantastic stuff there by Jeff Hoffman. Maybe a little bit of help from the umpire, but still, he was calling that side of this plate the entire night, so for both sides, so I'll let that slide. Umpire definitely wasn't good today, but he was calling that side of the plate, so I'll let it slide for the time being. Jeff Hoffman was great. Like I said, it sucks to see that Strum allowed the home run after, so many scores. It was bound to happen at some point. It just sucks that it was with 2 outs in that bottom of the 8th inning to where it could go to the top of the inning with the Phillies still in the lead. And then with Alvarado with a chance to close it out, that just sucks in that predicament. But the Phillies prevailed. Yeah, it does suck that Kirkering. Yeah, for a young pitcher, it is a tough situation going into extra innings, especially just with a 1-run lead. It definitely is a tough situation. I thought he was going to get out of it with the way that he was throwing to certain people. There wasn't at bat. I believe it was to Gunnar Henderson where he really just couldn't throw strikes in his zone. But I really thought he was going to get Santander out. He eventually did, but sadly it was just on a pitch where it was just completely out of the zone and Marchand was not set up for it at all. And also, you could say, good for Marchand to get a home run in this game. He also did make a very great defensive play during the one of the innings that Ranger was on the mound. There was a runner on first and second, no outs. It's a chopper right back to Marchand. He honestly could have let it gone foul, basically for that aspect. But he made a great play. He threw a dart over the third base to get the go-ahead runner. That Ranger eventually got out of that inning with a double play. No runs scored after that, so fantastic stuff there by Ranger. Marchand's a young catcher. I guess stuff like that's going to happen. So, Overall, for a pure entertainment standpoint, great ball game. Great ball game. You know, it's great stuff. It's great stuff overall. If you want to see, if you for people that some reason didn't view this game, just to look at everything that happened here. So, like I said, top of the first inning, Kyle Schwarber leadoff bomb. It's just what he does. Phillies don't lose when Kyle Schwarber goes deep to lead off the ball game. Fantastic stuff. That's his third home run in as many days. Hopefully, that means it's a sign of good things to come there from Mr. Schwarber. Baltimore, they eventually do tie it up in the bottom of the third inning. Mullins with a leadoff double. Then Adley Rutschman doubled down the left field line to tie the game up. Ranger does eventually limit the damage there. Phillies, they had their chances in this game. Second inning, they went down 1-2-3. Top of the third, 1-2-3. But, top of the fourth, they had a chance. They had two runners on with 2 outs. Bohm reached on an infield single, then Stott walked. Sosa managed to ground out. Bottom of the fourth inning, after 2 leadoff singles, Rafael Marchand, he made that really good play at third base to get the lead runner. Then eventually McCann grounded into a double play. And then top of the fifth inning with 2 outs, after Marchand makes that good play, he hits a solo shot of his own to put the Phillies up 2-1. Out of all people, Rafael Marchand, electric stuff there. Ranger 1-2-3 in the bottom of the fifth. Phillies 1-2. The Phillies weren't able to do anything to Atkin, who came out of the bullpen. He definitely dealed for the Orioles pen, saved a few of their pitchers in that part of the ball game when what was it, Kyle Bradish that came out after the fifth inning. Kyle Bradish is nasty, by the way. He definitely is on an innings limit because of the injury that he had to start the season, so he's definitely not the one keeping the ball games, but his stuff is absolutely goddamn nasty. Top of the seventh inning for the Phillies to go down 1-2-3. Bottom of the seventh inning, after a single that Ranger Suarez allowed, they went to Jeff Hoffman in the bullpen. Westberg doubled to left field. 2 runners on for Adley Rutschman, a runner on second and third. Very long at bat. It was a full count, 3-2. And after Adley fouls off a couple of pitches, Jeff Hoffman manages to get Adley looking for strike 3 to end off that inning. Top of the 8th, Phillies go down 1-2-3. Bottom of the 8th inning, Santander with that game-tying home run at a 1-2 count. Like I said, it was a very high fastball. Just a good swing. Just a good swing by Santander to manage to get it out of the ballpark. Like I said, can't be mad at Strom. He was bound to get up a run. It just sucks it was in that moment. It just sucks. I'm sure Strom is pissed at himself for allowing that to happen. I can't be mad at Matt Strom, no. Top of the 9th for the Phillies. Boom, he had a 2-out single, but nothing happened there. Bottom of the 9th, Jose Alvarado goes 1-2-3 very quickly. Top of the 10th inning for the Phillies. Edmundo Sosa reached it on an infield single, and then David Dahl chopped one to second base. Bryson Stott got caught in the rundown. Then he eventually got caught out for being out of the base path. So there was a runner on first and second base with 1 out. Christian Pache walked to load the bases up for Rafael Marchand, and he strikes out. So not the best at bat there for Marchand. Pache did actually have a good at bat. He actually had a good at bat. He managed to walk, get the bases loaded. Sadly, Marchand was not able to do anything, but Kyle Schwarber, as the leader of this ball club, does 1-1 count, laces a single to right field, scores a run, and Johan Rojas tried to score there because I believe he was pinch running for David Dahl, and he got thrown out. He got gunned out at home. They called him safe originally, but on the review, I believe they overturned it and called him out. If I'm not mistaken, I think that was the way it happened. I think they did call him safe, but then they called him out after the overturn and everything like that. So it definitely was very close, but or actually, I think they called him out on the field, and the Phillies challenged it to see if he was. No, I think he was called out at home. I'm like I said, I'm completely just brain melted from the way how entertaining this game was. But he was called out. Phillies decided to challenge. It was very close, but they weren't going to be able to overturn it. I'm actually surprised they actually say they confirmed he was out. I would have said that, because I really couldn't tell if he was out or safe. So you probably just stick with what was called on the field and all that stuff. But it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Bottom of the 10th inning, Orioles managed to tie it up after the wild pitch by Kerkering, after the bang-bang play, and Mullins managed to be safe. But then top of the 11th inning, after the very long rain delay, Castellanos, he pops up in the first at-bat. Bryce gets intentionally walked. And then Alec Bohm with the huge double to score the 2 runs. And then Sir Anthony comes out for the bottom of the 11th inning. First out, Santander advances the third, strikes out Calzer, and then he strikes out Stowers to end the game off. Very dominant stuff there by Sir Anthony Dominguez as the Phillies win this one 5-3. Looking at the pitching line for today's game, I thought Ranger Suarez was very sharp in this game. Definitely not the best Ranger Suarez stuff, but still very efficient on the mound. Hell, he gave up 1 earned run, and I still don't think it was his best stuff out there on the mound. That's how good Ranger has been this year. 6 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts on 88 pitches. Lowers the ERA to 1.77, unless it was... No, I think it was lowered at some point. It was like 1.8 something coming into this game. Jeff Hoffman got out of the situation that he left in the bottom of the seventh inning. Matt Strom, sadly, gave up that home run, 11 pitches, 9 strikes. Jose Alvarado threw 10 pitches in the bottom of the ninth inning to send it to extras. Kerkering, he allowed the unearned run because of the ghost runner, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts on 22 pitches. And then Sir Anthony Dominguez, very good stuff, 2 strikeouts on 11 pitches in the bottom of the 11th inning. Great stuff there by Sir Anthony. Looking at the lineup today, Kyle Schwarber goes 2 for 5 with 2 RBIs, so huge stuff there from Kyle. His average is up to 252 for all things considered. Nick Castellanos 0 for 5. Bryce Harper 0 for 4 with a walk. Alec Bohm, very good day at the plate, 3 for 5 with 2 RBIs. He definitely needed a day like this at the plate. Hopefully he can find some confidence. Hopefully he can find some confidence. Bryson Stott 0 for 4. Edmundo Sosa 1 for 5. David Dahl 0 for 4. Pache 0 for 3 with a huge walk to load the bases in the extra innings. And then Rafael Marchand, he went 1 for 4 with the solo shot that he had in today's game. Phillies, they go 3 for 9 with runners in scoring position. And then for the Baltimore Orioles, Westberg, he went 1 for 3. Rutschman 1 for 4. 1 for 4 for Westberg. 1 for 4 for Rutschman with an RBI and a walk. Mountcastle, he went 0 for 4. Gunnar Henderson, he went 1 for 4 with a walk and 2 strikeouts. Anthony Santander, he went 2 for 5 with a solo shot. Hayes, he went 1 for 4. Mateo 0 for 4. Cowser 0 for 1. McCann 1 for 4. Stowers 0 for 1. And then Mullins 1 for 4. Orioles went 1 for 13 with runners in scoring position. So, hey, good offenses sometimes go, silent at the plate with runners in scoring position. They left 10 runners on base. Bradish, 5 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts on 74 pitches. Atkin, he was very good out of the bullpen for Baltimore. 4 strikeouts there in 3 innings of work. Craig Kimbrell, he only threw 8 pitches. It was a very quick inning for Craig Kimbrell in the top of the 9th inning. I was very upset that we couldn't pay back Craig Kimbrell. Hopefully we could do it at some point in this series. Cano, no, actually Kimbrell was in the 9th inning. Cano came out to start the 10th, and then Perez came out to face Schwarber, who allowed the RBI hit. So, yeah, that happened. And then Webb came out for the top of the 11th inning, and they allowed the other runs to score. Yeah, that's basically what happened there. Phillies had 7 hits. Baltimore had 8. Pitching was very good in this game, in my honest opinion. And it was a good baseball game overall. Can't deny it. It was 2 of the best teams in baseball going at it, and it felt like a playoff game. It felt like a playoff game. That's basically it. Felt like a playoff game. That's what it was. It was a great game. It was a great... I want to try to get the... just the atmosphere here, the pure atmosphere. So this was, I believe, after Alec Bohm got the RBI double. I want you guys to listen to this atmosphere here in Oriole Park. Listen to all those Phillies fans. Yeah, granted, it was after the rain delay. A lot of fans did stay, mainly the Phillies fans. A lot of the Baltimore fans did leave. But seriously, look at all those Phillies fans. It's amazing stuff. And like I said, Alec Bohm definitely needed that. Definitely needed that. And Alec Bohm in the postgame interview also did bring up Gene Segura. Also did bring out Gene Segura.
It was no secret they were probably going to walk Bryce there.
Oh, yeah, we knew that. I knew that sitting on the couch.
But the great thing is, as soon as they said walk, you started walking up to home before Bryce got his stuff off.
Yeah, I learned that from Gene Segura.
That's right. Gene got pissed, didn't he?
Yeah.
It was.
I love it. I love it. My God. My God. My God. Yep. Yeah, good stuff here, boys. Here's the crowd reaction to the final out here. This is courtesy of John Foley. All those Phillies fans chanting, man. Huge stuff there, boys. That is great stuff. All those Phillies fans, my God, that is great stuff. I do see a couple of people in the and you guys, it's specifically Sean and Julian going back and forth here. So I'll get to you children here in a couple of seconds, but we do have a voicemail here on the Anytime Hotline. I do want to get to that. It is from Sean, so I want to get to Sean's call here and see what he has to do reacting to this game. So yeah, let's do that, and then I'll get to you guys here in the live chat as you guys go back and forth. I don't know what you're arguing about, but then I'll read what then I'll shut up. Sean, take it away.
Wow. Those are the type of games that take years off your life. But it's worth it when you win them. I mean, that's a ballsy win for the Philadelphia Phillies tonight. I mean, so many twists and turns in that game. Again, I feel for Ranger Suarez. I mean, it deserved another win. You know, Matt Strom proved he was human. And, you know, I feel a little bad for Orion Kerkering. I mean, one pitch away, one tag at the plate from doing a hell of a job, but it just didn't happen. But the Phillies found a way to get it done, which is huge because, you know, you don't want to look too far ahead, but looking at the pitching matchup tomorrow, not optimistic. And then Corbin Burns on Sunday, that's a tough task ahead of the Phils too. But at least it gives you a chance to win another series. I got to say this, though, Amadeo, in closing. Got to give credit to the damn Phillies fans. You know, Philadelphia sport fan in general gets a bad rap, but those people show up and show out. They were in London. They were in Boston. Now they're in Baltimore. I mean, it's like a home game there. Unbelievable turnout for the fans. Glad they were rewarded with a win tonight.
Yeah, 100%. That atmosphere down there in Baltimore was electric with the Phillies fans showing up. It was great stuff. It was absolutely great stuff there. And yeah, speaking of the pitching matchups for tomorrow's ball game, it is Taijuan Walker going up against Grayson Rodriguez. Grayson Rodriguez is 7-2 with a 3.27 ERA. Taijuan Walker is coming off one of his best starts, though, against the New York Mets in London, so maybe he could build off of that. Not guaranteed. Definitely not guaranteed, but, you know, I'll hold some hope. I'll definitely hold some hope there. And maybe the Phillies can find a way to get the Rodriguez. What has Grayson Rodriguez been like in his past couple of starts? So his last start was against Tampa Bay. Baltimore won that 9-2. He went 5 2/3, allowed 2 earned runs. Again, his start previous to that, Baltimore won 7-2 against Toronto. He went 6 2/3, 1 earned run, 4 strikeouts. Against the Boston Red Sox on May 28th, he went 6 innings, 4 earned runs, 10 strikeouts. Baltimore lost that game 8-3. Then against the Chicago White Sox, Baltimore won that 8-6. He went 5 innings, 2 earned runs. So it doesn't look like he goes that deep in the ball games. So what is his deepest ball game this year, Grayson Rodriguez? The deepest that he has gone is 6 2/3. And recently, 5 2/3, he did throw 107 pitches. So if you get these guys to throw pitches, which it looks like they are very prone to, they'll go to the bullpen early. Definitely will. Yeah, we'll see. We'll definitely see. It does depend on how Taijuan Walker looks, though. It definitely does. If Taijuan Walker looks really good tomorrow, you probably have a really good shot of winning that game. Honestly, you probably do. And then for Sunday's game, like Sean mentioned, it is going to be a marquee matchup. Zack Wheeler against Corbin Burns. We all know both of the pedigrees of these two pitchers. That'll be an elite pitching matchup. Definitely can't wait for that, but I would like to get the win tomorrow so I don't have to stress during that one, honestly, so I can just enjoy a good pitching matchup, in my honest opinion. Honestly, that would be my hope, at least. That would be my hope. But like I said, not guaranteeing anything here. Both of these teams are very good at what they do, and Baltimore could easily win tomorrow. The Phillies could easily win tomorrow. It should be, shaping up for a great 2 games like this one was, basically. Yeah. Also, what did Brandon Marsh do in today's game, in his rehab assignment? He had 3 hits yesterday. What did he do in today's game? Let's see. What did Brandon Marsh do today? Okay, he had a single in today's game, it looks like. Did he have anything else? I'm not sure. So he 4th base hit for Brandon Marsh on his rehab assignment. So it looks like he had 1 hit in today's game that he had. So he went 4 for 8 in total. 4 for 8 in total in his 2 rehab games. They did. I do remember Rob Thompson saying there's a good chance that they can come back either at some point this weekend, both Brandon Marsh and Trey Turner, or they come back the Monday when they come back to Citizens Bank Park against the Padres. That could be something when that happens. They said Marsh probably could be back sooner than Trey, meaning Marsh could be back one of these next 2 days and Trey comes back on Monday. But you're getting Trey Turner and Brandon Marsh back soon. That definitely is the case there. So let me get to you fools here in the live chat to see what you're talking about. See what you're talking about. I don't think you're arguing, but I just see a back and forth going, and I just gotta see what it is. T-Man, Tyler, how you doing? Third time's the charm, hopefully. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I got this Wi-Fi extender to plug into my computer to maybe help the connection problems with my computer at some points during the night. It's mainly for when I play games with the boys, but I guess having that plugged in fucked up the streaming. So I'll see where that what happens there after that. I unplugged it and it looked like the connection issues withstand it after that. So maybe that was the cause, and maybe I just can't have that plugged in while I'm streaming. So that definitely is something to look into. Yeah, the first time my computer just froze, so I have no idea why that happened. But yeah, third time's a charm, and it definitely did work there. Ballsy effort. Ballsy effort. I try my best every single day here, Sean. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. It's been a long day. It's been a long day. It's gonna be a long day tomorrow too. Phillies 4 o'clock. I'm gonna have some boys over, cook some dinner, and then also after that watch possibly the Florida Panthers lift the Stanley Cup in Edmonton tomorrow. Maybe they sweep them. That'll be a long day tomorrow, definitely. This was definitely a taste of the playoffs for sure. I wasn't impressed with the offense, but what a win is a win. Rain or shine, never say die. Taiwan-like performance from my computer. Oh, God. Oh, God. Yankees first Phillies World Series 2025. 2025. It's 2024, man. It'll be the 2024 World Series if you're trying to bring that up. McCarthy almost jinxed it. He called Bohm's double early. Austin Hayes damn near caught it. Good swing by Bohm. Good swing by Bohm. Austin Hayes just missed it. I'll say that. Mullins was clearly safe, but to be honest with you, I thought Pache was safe at the plate as well. Wasn't that Rojas? I think that was Rojas, not Pache. That was coming home in that extra innings. I think that was Rojas. But yeah, it definitely was very questionable. It was very close on both sides for both reviews. The Rojas one definitely was more, I would say, not as clear, maybe more as the Mullins one. But I'm very shocked after the Rojas review. They said it was confirmed that he was out. I wouldn't say confirmed. I would say that the call just stands on the field because there's not much evidence to overturn the call. So that's what I would have said at least. But the Mullins one, it definitely looked like Mullins was more safe than not. If Marchand didn't stumble getting the home plate there, he probably would have had Mullins out, but Marchand sadly stumbled and slipped on the sand. So sadly that happened. But you still won. Lineup desperately needs Trey Turner and Marsh back ASAP. I think the bench guys have done the max they can do offensively. Yeah, I do see that. I definitely do get that feeling as well. I 100% do. Sosa definitely the past few games definitely hasn't had that same spark. Dahl, he's not going to be magic forever at the end of the day. He's going to have his good times. He's going to have his bad times. Pache, you know what you're getting from Pache at the plate. And Rojas, you know what you're getting from Rojas at this point. Yeah, it definitely feels like some of those guys definitely have showcased what they can do, and maybe the magic's dying off for them a little bit. And that was expected at some point. It definitely was. Yeah, coming into the Boston series, I think you saw the effects finally coming in that they were missing too many pieces in their lineup. 100%. Julian, the outfield protection has gotten to the point of no return. It's so bad they need help desperately, and Castellanos batting second. I don't get it. Well, really, who would you put up there at second? Who would be the guy batting second for you? Is it Bohm? Is it Stott? Because Bohm has been struggling a lot lately. Stott's been, honestly, really since, the beginning of May for Stott when he went on that absolute tear for a couple of weeks. Stott really hasn't been good since. So Castellanos has been hitting a lot better as of late, due to the credit that you're not. He has been hitting better. Like, you have to give him that credit. He has been hitting better as of late. Yeah, there's still ugly games mixed in there. That's Nick Castellanos for you. But lately, he has been hitting better. I need to see over his last couple of weeks, actually, Nick Castellanos. If I go to Baseball Reference, they'll definitely show you the past couple of weeks for him. Or maybe it could be ESPN, but I think it's more Baseball Reference than anything. So last 5 games, last 5 games in total? Can I go to the last few games in total or something like that? Do I have to go to ESPN to see his full stats, maybe of the last few things here? So if I go to Nick Castellanos in total for the month of June, he's batting 244, but granted, in the month of May, he was batting 229. In the month of April, he was batting 183. So there's his sneeze. His best points so far of the season was in April. It was in March, actually. He batted 300 in March. But yeah, he's batting 244 in the month of June, 295 on base, 512 slugging. So the slugging definitely is there. It's just the average isn't there yet for Nicky C. He is hitting better as of late. He has a lot of 1-hit games mixed in there, some 2-hit games mixed in there. It's more recently than not. You know, you had a 3-hit game against the Nationals, a 2-hit game against the Texas Rangers, and some games he's been hitting for home runs more recently. So yeah, it's like I'm not saying he's been perfect. He definitely hasn't. But you know, it's it'll be fine. It'll be fine. What else? Julian, they're missing. Okay, so this starts the back and forth here. Doesn't look like it's an argument, just a little back and forth convo. So we got Sean, Julian. They're missing three out of 4 of their lineup. Stott would be my choice, but he can't hit. Yeah, Stott's definitely been struggling lately for a little bit now. What are Stott's numbers actually so far lately? Or like coming out of this game? Stott right now, he's batting 238 with a 337 on base. The on base is still solid, but a 367 slugging. Yeah, he just isn't getting the extra base hits. What has he been like in the month of June, actually? What has Stott been like in the month of June? Batting 235, 316 on base, 324. Yeah, it's the slugging numbers. Month of May, batted 267. He had a really good stretch at the beginning of May, but then it really died down after that. Stott will find his groove, definitely. Stott definitely will find his groove. But yeah, like basically, they're missing a lot of guys in this lineup, but I think the offense is starting to finally feel that effect, what it really hadn't been for a while, basically, at that point. Yeah, I think the Sosa magic has died down a little bit, though. What is Sosa down to now? He's down to 281. 346. Yeah, it's just the extra base hits. A lot of guys' slugging numbers are going down. It's kind of like the beginning of the season where the team just wasn't hitting for power or extra base hits, really. And then the offense just went on a complete surge from like the last stretch of April to basically the entirety of May, when they were just hitting extra base hits all over the place and guys' slugging numbers were through the roof. So that kind of feels like that situation that they're in again. Yeah, right now there's really no one you could put in that 2-hole that's going to hit right now until Trey Turner comes back. And honestly, when Trey Turner even comes back, he's probably going to take a few games to get fully back into shape, because he's not going to be instantly 350 like he was when he went on to the IL. So we're going to have to give Trey Turner some leeway there, 100%. But it will be beneficial to add, 100% beneficial to get Trey Turner and Brandon Marsh back. I think this lineup desperately needs those two. Just flip Rojas demoted. I'm sorry. Rojas didn't even play today, barely. He came in as a defensive replacement. I know you're tired of Rojas in general, but it's like it comes to a game where he's not even playing, in the batter's box. He's the one that's like, I'm so fucking tired of Rojas. I don't know why I find that funny. But yes, Julian, Dave Dombrowski is 100% going to fix the outfield issue. That's what all the rumors have been circling to. Whether it's Luis Robert, whether it's Randy Arozarena, or maybe it's someone else. I know some people are out there trying to say, oh, Phillies shouldn't go all in because some of the pieces are way too expensive. They should just go after someone like a Matt Vierling and then, just go with what the team is right now. I hate that mindset. I go all in because I think this year is your best shot to win a World Series, in my honest opinion, because there's just so many bad teams in baseball this year. There's very few good teams. I think you got to go all in this year, whether that is going after Luis Robert. And I do think if you do go after Luis Robert, I think he is the perfect guy to fit in the cleanup spot. I do think he's probably the perfect guy to fit in the cleanup spot right behind Harper. I know Bohm has been the king with this team and driving in RBIs basically for the season, but I do think maybe if you lower Bohm in the lineup, that will probably benefit him more too. Yeah, Luis Robert definitely is a very risky guy, no doubts. But do you take the risk just because of his talent? Because he is a very good baseball player. I know Randy Arozarena is also an option, but his numbers have not been good this year with Tampa Bay. Maybe a change of scenery going to a different team, a contending team, maybe helps him out a little bit. But I would take my shot on either of them. But I would preferably take the shot on Luis Robert just because also you have the years of control after that as well. I believe he has 3 more years of control after this, or 3 more arbitration years. So I would definitely take a swing more at Robert than anything. The injury risks are real. They're 100% real. But I would take the risk on the talent just because you need it in the outfield specifically. What else? Put Schwarber in. No, I don't want Schwarber in left field. I don't want Schwarber in left field. You've seen David Dahl out there in left field. No, that's Schwarber. I don't want Schwarber out there. Schwarber's fine in the DH spot. Schwarber's fine in the DH spot. What else? White Sox won a huge return, but the White Sox are stupid at the end of the day. Sean, I think you got to throw that factor in there as well. The White Sox are very poorly run, so you could probably fleece them in a deal without having to trade Andrew Painter or Aiden Miller. Because, to me, the untouchables, Painter and Miller. The rest you can throw out there. I'm fine with giving up Abel. I'm fine with giving up Crawford. I'm fine with, this Cassian guy that's been pitching down in single A. I'm not sure what he's going to become, but I'm willing to take that risk. Anyone besides Painter and Miller. Anyone besides Painter and Miller. On the table. On the table for me. And I think you could do that and get a Luis Robert because also you factor in the White Sox are a very poorly ran organization. Just from everything that's been going on with that franchise lately. What's going on at Bryce? Is he still in London? What is... Yeah, Bryce went over 4. He had a walk. Bryce, he's been really good he's been good this year. But yeah, we still haven't fully seen that stretch, like that 1 week and a half to 2 to 3 week stretch of Bryce Harper just going nuclear. I think it's coming eventually. I think his at bats have been better. Past couple of games, yeah, I don't think he was a major of a factor in the Boston series. Actually, he had hits in the Boston series. He went 1 for 4 1 for 3 in the first game, 2 for 4 in the second game, and then 1 for 4 in the third game. So it really hasn't gone quiet. He just really hasn't done anything major. You know what I mean? What else? Do you think it's worth it to sign Jose Abreu? No. I don't think it is. He's been in a very, very drastic decline. And the Astros released him for a reason. No, I don't think there's no room for him, in my opinion. No room for him. No room for him. Robert for Abel, I'm on board. Not Aiden Miller or Painter. Shit, add Kopech to the deal. Yeah, honestly, if you work with the White Sox, you could probably get Kopech in the deal too. Would you try to go after Garrett Crochet too? Maybe just add another lefty to either the rotation or the bullpen or something like that. Would you try to get Garrett Crochet, send Taijuan Walker back into Chicago? Maybe that could be part of it. But that would probably require more. Yeah. Jose Abreu, there would be nowhere fit for him anywhere. He's a first baseman, and Bryce Harper takes up that spot. And you're not going to DH him because where's Schwarber going to be? You're not going to put Schwarber in the outfield. So, no. There's no room for Jose Abreu. No room. I'd rather keep Marchand than Stubbs. Stubbs, I don't get the love. I don't care about clubhouse. I mean, talent-wise, Marchand is better. I do think Marchand eventually takes over for Stubbs as the backup role in the future. I definitely do see that. But Stubbs, I think you don't give enough credit to his defense in the way that he can call a game too. Stubbs is a good game caller. Stubbs is a good game caller. Stubbs is a very good defensive catcher. I think you're fine with Stubbs. I think you're fine with either of them. I think just more for Stubbs, the locker room vibes, the clubhouse vibes, Stubbs just gets shown more frequently. I don't think Stubbs gets enough credit for what he can do defensively and the way he calls a game. I think he's very good at calling a game. I think he's a very good defensive catcher. He's he's on tops there with JT Realmuto in terms of pop time for throwing runners out at second base. So there's something to that. But yeah, I think you'd be fine with either of them, in my opinion. It's a backup catcher. They're not going to be the heaviest valued position, and yeah, you'll be fine with either of them. But I think you're not giving Stubbs enough credit. I think you're not giving Stubbs enough credit there, Julian. Stubbs is by far the best bunter on the team. That's how we're judging Garrett Stubbs. that's how we're gonna judge Stubbs. He's the best bunter. But you gotta understand, Sean. Teams really don't bunt anymore. No one in Major League Baseball really bunts anymore. Like, do you what games have you really seen across baseball in the past few years? Like, what teams bunt on a consistent basis? Really, no one. No, really, no one. So when Marsh comes back, are they going to really cut Pache or Dahl? Rojas has the options to be sent down. And they're going to have a tough decision. I honestly, maybe Cody Clemens gets sent down. Maybe Cody Clemens, because I think Clemens has the options too. So I'm not sure if they're going to send Rojas down. Dahl, I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know. Bunting is needed as a lost art. Sadly, that is not the way baseball is played these days. Sadly, most teams just don't bunt anymore. That's just not because most teams just don't want to give up an out. That's the way it plays at this point in the year. Or that's just the way the game is played today. No one wants to give up an out. And that's how teams view what bunting is giving up an out. They rather take their chance with someone swinging the bat and possibly getting a hit rather than just bunting and advancing a runner and getting an easy out. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's interesting things were going on here. Very long day. Very long day. The weather was crazy. Some of the all-time great hitters were great bunters. Sadly, that's not the case anymore. Sadly, that just isn't the case anymore. I'm not knocking anything you're saying, Sean. I'm just that's just not how the game's played anymore at this point. It's all about power. It's all about how far you can hit the ball. That's basically it. I think they do keep Dahl on the bench. He definitely improves your bench in terms of just getting hitters on there. No, there has not been an update on Cody Clemens whatsoever. It's only been about Marsh and Turner. We have not heard anything about Cody Clemens in terms of the back issues that he's been having. So, I have no idea. I have no idea what happens. Yeah, I don't know what they do in terms of when Turner and Marsh come back, who they cut or who they send down. That's and honestly, that's a good thing to have because you have too many guys there that deserve to play Major League Baseball. I know, granted, some people have the argument about Johan Rojas, but yeah, Dahl has done enough to prove that he probably shouldn't be sent down. Pache, it would be hard because he doesn't have the options, and you would have to throw him out there on them or DFA him or something like that. What else? Yeah, Pache, Rojas does have the options. That always is an option, but I'm just not sure they're going to do that. Oh yeah, Weston Wilson definitely is probably going to go down. So that's one person. It's basically just for. So yeah, you bring Marsh, you send Weston Wilson back down. But in terms of Trey Turner, you're basically choosing between three. Maybe it is Cody Clemens. Maybe just they send Cody Clemens down. But can they do that to a guy that's injured? That's the question. Can they do that to a guy that's injured? Can you send down a player on your roster that's injured? I have no idea. I personally just don't know. I don't know. Clemens is a long way away, but can they send him down off the roster when someone comes back? DFA, I don't think they're going to DFA Witt. Sadly, I wouldn't mind them DFAing Witt, but I just don't see them doing it. I don't see them doing it. Sadly. They can't send Clemens down. Okay, so it's a tough choice. It 100% is a tough choice. I don't know. I don't think they should do it. I just have a feeling Dahl. It's tough because Dahl should be sent down because he is a good lefty option off the bench. They shouldn't send him down, so they because at that point without Clemens, he probably would be the only left-handed option off the bench. So they'd probably be more inclined to keep him up in the Major League roster. I don't know. I really don't know who they send down. I really don't know. It's one of the three. Yeah, it's one of the three in the outfield, obviously. So, yeah, it's either Rojas, Pache, or Clemens, or a Dahl, basically. Maybe it is Rojas. Maybe it is Rojas. They sent him down. Maybe it is. Yeah, Dahl and Pache will not clear waivers. So, yeah, maybe it is Pache. Not Pache. Maybe it is Rojas they sent down. I don't know. You can't send Nick down. He would have to clear waivers. You can't send Nick Castellanos down. You can't do that. You can't do that. No, you can't do that. I think you're joking there at the end of the day, Zach, but you can't do that. DFA Taiwan Walker. Oh, man. DFA Taiwan Walker. Or you trade Taiwan Walker to the Chicago White Sox in a trade that gets you Luis Robert. Granted, Taiwan Walker won't be the face of that deal. Probably a bunch of minor leaguers that are not Eden Miller and Andrew Painter. But maybe you could put Taiwan Walker in there. Just say, hey, take Taiwan Walker off our hands, please. I'll throw you in a couple of Benjamins. A couple of Benjamins there and take Taiwan Walker off our hands. 50-50. No. Not even 50-50. They're not sending him. Oh, wait, you're 50-50 joking and 50-50 serious. Okay. Yeah, Castellanos has plays every game. Rob Thompson, Castellanos, he's always said Castellanos is the guy that prefers to swing through his issues. So I guess that's just where you're stuck at with him. I think there will be a time where it's hard in that fact because I don't know. I don't know. Ugh, Jesus. Over under on the Orioles runs in the bottom of the first tomorrow. I'll say 5. I'll go under. I'll take the under on that. Honestly, the first inning has not been the issue for Taiwan Walker this year. Surprisingly enough, it has not been the issue for Taiwan Walker the first inning like it was last year. So I'll take the under on that. I'll take the under on that 100%. Oh, God. I did see Joel Embiid rip Boston today. I did see that. And he was also giving the side eye to Paul George that was also sitting on the desk before the game. So, I don't know how to feel about that. Oh, yeah, Trey 100% goes back to the tool when he returns. 100%. I'll give Nick this. The defense has been solid. There is something interesting that someone did say. You can't get errors when you're too slow in the outfield. So that's probably why Nick Castellanos does not have any errors in the outfield. Yo, Zach, what are you doing? How you doing, Zach? Fellow BrodesMedia Discord member. Fellow Discord member, how you doing, Zach? How you doing? I appreciate you tuning in, Zach. I appreciate it a lot. Zach is one of the main guys in the BrodesMedia Discord, and he always calls into Brodes for like Phillies recaps and everything there. You were at the game in Baltimore? Dude, that's great. How was the atmosphere? Because on TV it was electric. Apparently LeBron was in Philly. There's a photo of him talking to Harris and Nick Nurse and Morey at the restaurant. Interesting. I did see that photo, though. That is interesting. So I'm not sure what it means. I'm sure they're trying to recruit him. It's interesting. I think Nick has done better than expected on defense. How can you be slow in the outfield but get a triple? Anyone can get a triple if you hit the ball deep enough into the right spot. Anybody can get a triple. Prince Fielder can get an inside the park home run. Prince Fielder was not the best runner in the world. David Ortiz can get a triple. He wasn't the best runner in the world. You see how deep that center field in that weird corner in Fenway Park is? Yeah, David Ortiz 100% can get a triple. Ryan Howard can get a triple. He's not the fastest runner. Hell, Kyle Schwarber can get triples. You don't remember that one video from last season that was to the Pirates of the Caribbean theme with Kyle Schwarber running the third base on a triple? It was the most funniest shit in the world. 76ers thoughts. Can we get fucking younger? LeBron, Paul George, come on. Nah, they're not gonna get younger. They're most likely not even keeping their draft pick. I remember reading that. I don't think they're gonna keep their draft pick either. So yeah. It was like a home playoff game for both teams when Kyle hit the leadoff bomb and felt like CB beat. That's awesome. That is great. That is a. I saw the group of guys that were celebrating there in right field, like all the Phillies group that was celebrating when they caught the Kyle Schwarber home run. That was fun. That was amazing. I'm jealous of you, Zach. Honestly, I'm jealous of you. That you have to experience that in person. Sadly, I was not able to. I just, tickets were a little too expensive for my liking. And but I do definitely want to get down to a game in Baltimore in the future. It doesn't necessarily even have to be a Phillies game. I just want to go see Camden Yards. It would have been fun going down there for a Phillies. I think my cousin was actually supposed to go down to Baltimore, but they couldn't at the end of the day, so they had to give up the tickets. Clueless Maury. LeBron in Philly, I don't see it. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. It's freaking crazy though. I don't know how freaking Hunter is gonna deal with all this stuff because he's so pissed off about the Eagles right now, and rightfully so. It feels like everything so far with the Eagles is like just to piss off Hunter Brody, and right now with the Sixers, he wants them to get LeBron James. Hunter is a very clear, if you're gonna go get someone, get LeBron James. That's been Hunter's, strict moving point there. But yeah, I don't know. I'm so like off Sixers right now. And granted, basketball isn't my top sport out of all four. But yeah, I want them to succeed 100%. I'm a huge fan of the Sixers, but it's just like I'm so clocked out of basketball. Once the Sixers got eliminated, yeah, maybe I'll put something on in the background, but like in front of it's going to be Stanley Cup Finals, playoffs and finals. In front of it's going to be Phillies, all that stuff. That's where my mind just instantly focuses to. You're going July 5th when they come to Atlanta? Nice. Yes, that is Sports Talk with Brodes. Yes, it is. I am his editor. If you don't know that, I am his editor. Hunter gets pissed off when Kara doesn't buy his favorite cereal. Oh God. Oh man, oh, classic. That's great. That's great. I gotta send that to Hunter. I gotta send that to Hunter. Gotta send that comment to Hunter. I gotta send that to him. I gotta send that to Hunter. Hopefully it sends through. You just subscribed to him last night? Great. Good. Hunter deserves it. It was all the work. Been his editor for quite some time now. Been for like 3 years at this point going on. 3 years. Good stuff. Great guy. Known him since 2018. Been going on 6 years. Good stuff. I do want to see how it reacts. So hopefully, if he does respond to this text, hopefully it does. Hopefully it goes through. It did go through. So hopefully, hopefully Hunter does respond to that, so I can get a reaction for Sean. But yeah, Sixers are an afterthought right now. Agree, Zach. Agree. I 100% agree. I'm ready for the Flyers draft. Can't get here soon enough. I'm also ready for the draft as well, Sean. I'm definitely ready for that. I wish the Stanley Cup Final went 7 games, but probably isn't going to be the case because if it went 7 games, then like 2-3 days after that would be the draft. But sadly, that's not going to be the case, and we're still going to have to wait at least a week. Oh yeah, Hunter is 100% intense, 100%. But that's what makes him him. It definitely is. I bust his balls on it sometimes. Dumb question, but I honestly don't know the answer. What is TTP Sports? Oh God. So before I started the YouTube channel, I was like one of those. It was back like in 2017, 2018, or something like that. So, like, you know how, like, all those Instagram pages, like, I was, that they just do, like, for specific sports. I just did a random Instagram page for Flyers, and that was, like, right after Nola and Patrick got drafted, so I just did, like, a mock-up name, like, instead of Trust the Process, it was Trust the Patrick. Sadly, that didn't happen. Sadly, that wasn't the case, and that was just my Flyers Instagram page, and then I just shifted it to saying, just switched it to TTP Sports. Instead of just Trust the Patrick, it was Trust the Process, so I just switched it to that. And it was still mainly a Flyers focus, but then when I started the YouTube channel, it became all team focused. That's basically where it came from. What's your favorite Philly sport? Flyers. I am a hockey guy through and through. I am 4 for 4, but I was grown up on hockey, basically since birth. Basically, from father. My dad was a huge hockey fan. He started with the Flyers, and all that stuff. Well, didn't play for the Flyers. I don't know why I made it sound like that, but that's when he grew up. He when he was a kid, that's when they won the cups. Yeah, that's where I grew up. We went to the Phantoms games when they were still in Philadelphia. We were season ticket holders for them, and then when the Phantoms left, that's when we shifted over to the Flyers season tickets. So we are Flyers season ticket holders. So hopefully they'll win a fucking cup at one point in my existence. But we'll never know. We'll never know. Hopefully Matt Mitchkoff is the guy that does that. What else? In terms of the other sports, baseball, that was my uncle and my grandpa that got me into baseball. Same thing with football, basically. And then for basketball, that was one of my best friends that got me into basketball. Really, I wasn't into basketball much when I was a kid. It wasn't really until when I met my best friend that's when I really started watching basketball more. I did not watch Sean. I did not watch wrestling when I was a kid. I did not watch ECW. I don't even think I was even in existence when ECW was a thing. I dabble into WWE as a joke. I don't take it seriously at all, as some people do, as Hunter does. Hunter takes wrestling very seriously lately. I definitely don't. I dabble into it as for fun. Like, if it's WrestleMania or something, like, I'll go watch WrestleMania for fun. Or if it's like an interesting pay-per-view like SummerSlam, or it's like the Hell in a Cell, I'll watch it for fun. I don't dabble into it that intensely, like some people do. Some of my buddies actually were very intense on wrestling in middle school, but then they, once they figured out it was fake, they kind of, started to dwindle out of it. Am I on the PHYLY podcast? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I am not. Ay. What a night, boys. What a night. How long have we... 57 minutes. This is almost an hour. I can dig some lacrosse from time to time. The first time I've ever heard anyone say that. But good for you. Good for you. I actually do want to try to go to a Wings game. My dad always try to go to a Wings game at the Wells Fargo Center. We were supposed to go at one point, but then I think a Phillies game either interviewed with it or it was something else. No, it wasn't the Wing. It wasn't a Phillies game. It was actually going to a Lehigh Valley Phantoms game. I think those were actually on the same day, and we just chose to go to the Phantoms instead. I think that was the reason there. The Phantoms lost that game, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But I didn't get to see Alexa Kolozov play. I guess that was, I think that was, every time we try to see a Wings game, it just, fucking doesn't do anything. I'm from Georgia. That's a Philadelphia sports fan. Will Smith and David Brand got me into Philly sports. So yeah, welcome to the welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. I appreciate you being a Philly sports fan from Georgia. I definitely appreciate you viewing the channel from Georgia. I'm very happy that some people, take the time to view the stream and all that stuff. And I appreciate it. I appreciate every single one of you. We're almost, close to 900 subs. Almost getting there. How much am I on now? I think it's like, how much are we on now? I have to go check the fucking thing here. You guys could probably see it easily, but I cannot see it easily. I'm on 86, so getting 14 subs away from 900, so we're getting close there. It's been a very slow growth, but it's a very growth that I appreciate at the end of the day. I did start the channel back in 2018, and it's been a very slow growth since, but basically, when I started the channel, I was very off and on. I was not very consistent with it. I was not good with consistency. But then really once the pandemic and all that stuff happened, when that Phillies pandemic season kicked in, that's when I started to get more consistent, and that's been more beneficial ever since. I'm still working on the consistency issues, but, I've been more consistent than not. My most consistent point on this channel is definitely during Philly season, because that's daily recaps. But when you go into like, Phillies, Flyers, and Eagles, when you go into Flyers, Eagles, and Sixers at the same time, sometimes I just completely ignore the Sixers and just focus on Eagles and Flyers for the most part. But when the Flyers sucked, I barely did Flyers recaps because they were just bad. This year, I was able to do Flyers recaps more times than not. Sixers recaps this year, it wasn't fun to watch because Embiid was injured for 75% of the season. It just wasn't, fun to watch. But, do you hear from David Kadingo anymore? I think Julian scared him. I've seen David from time to time. I've seen David a few times in the streams this year. I haven't seen him that much, though. Do you think the Eagles and the Phillies can go to a Super Bowl in the World Series? Well, they did that in 2022. They didn't win it. Eagles this year? Skeptical on it. I think they'll have a fine record. Definitely not an upper, elite record. Maybe they'll have 10, 11 wins this year. I just think right now there's so much dysfunction going on with, Nick Sirianni, Jalen Hurts, all the stuff that's coming out with Jalen Hurts, not, just all the stuff Jalen Hurts is, like, inferring, like, that he hates Nick Sirianni. It's crazy stuff right now. With the Eagles, I'd be shocked. I'd be shocked if they go to the World Series and even win it this year. I'd be very shocked. I'd be more expecting Nick Sirianni to get fired this year. That's what I expect, at least. Because the situation that they put themselves in, insanely controllable. All Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie had to do was just not bring Sirianni back. But they got cold feet because they were afraid of the backlash they were going to get by firing another head coach so short into the tenure. And because of the quote-unquote success that Nick Sirianni has had getting into the playoffs in his first 3 seasons, we really don't use this season as a good thing because they started 10-1 and collapsed. So that's basically it. Hopefully this is not the start of another Carson Wentz situation, but Jalen Hurts right now does sound like he has a lot of maturing to do, and he is not handling this entire situation well. Do I blame him? Yes and no, because Nick Sirianni is not a good head coach, but he should be at least in the press conferences having his coaches back more at least. And he's not doing that. He's being very immature about that. I think he's very upset about how Brian Johnson was treated, in my opinion. Phillies do have a better chance. I do agree with that, Zack. Do you watch the Philadelphia Soul? No, I don't. And isn't there a lot of problems going on with arena football right now? Like a lot of the teams and like the league and all that crap and all that stuff. It's going a lot of problems going on right now that some teams aren't even playing. I think there are, if I'm not mistaken. Oh yeah, Kellen Moore is definitely the head coach in the Lions. He 100% is. 100%. Yeah, I do miss Shane Steichen too, Zack. I definitely do. I definitely miss Shane Steichen. Oh, man. What time is it? It's 1:45. Holy shit. Where does time go? That's what happens when you have to restart the stream fucking 3 times. They took 24 teams off the Arena Football League. Yeah, I had a feeling that I do remember like seeing something about the Arena Football League and all the crap that was going on there, on how like it's being poorly run and like the money just isn't there for some teams. What else? Is there anything on Twitter in regards to anything rest for this game? Nothing. I do remember seeing. I do think the Dallas Mavericks actually won today. I think they crushed Boston actually in the elimination game 4. So is Dallas going to be able to do anything? I have no idea. It would be hilarious if Boston somehow chokes this series, but I don't think that's going to happen. What else? Enjoy this win. Tomorrow may be another story for the Phillies. Mavericks won by 40. Yeah, I think I do remember them here, and they crushed out. Freaking. Here's a interesting thing that just came out. Charles Barkley just announced tonight on NBA TV that no matter what happens next season on TNT will be his last year on television. He will be retiring from TV after that. Good for him. Al Horford never chokes. Oh my god. I hate Al Horford. What a passion. If you put a list of the most hated people in Philadelphia, Al Horford definitely is one of the tops of that list. It probably goes Ben Simmons. Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Do you put Carson Wentz on top there? Not sure. I remember someone posting a list in the Brodes Discord. Who posted that list? Who posted that list? Who posted that list? Was it in the Sixers chat? Here it is. Okay, that's the Sixers hate list. That's specifically a Sixers hate list. That is specifically a Sixers hate list. So it wasn't a Philadelphia sports hate list. Oh, here's something from the Baltimore Orioles side. So Kyle Bradish, he told his manager Hyde that his elbow was bothering him. And also take into mind, Bradish didn't start the season on time because he had a partial tear in his UCL, and then he got treatment for that. Now it sounds like his elbow's bothering him again. And I think the Orioles just lost 2 pitchers to Tommy John surgery this season. Interesting. Interesting. They need pitchers. They definitely need pitchers. They got good pitchers in their organization. They need more because all the good pitchers that they're having right now, they're going down on the freaking knife. That'll suck if you need 3 pitchers that need Tommy John. That'll suck. Great channel. Need to go to bed. Go Phils. Fly Eagles fly. Yep. Good night, Zack. Enjoy your slumber. Anna Horford hates you weekly. Fuck Anna Horford too. Fuck her. Fuck her. She can go fuck herself. Frickin' brother came in here and stole money from us. But then, no, he gets traded to Oakland, and he finds himself back on Boston. And then, he sucks for us. But then he just finds his stride again back in Boston. Fuck him. You go fuck off. Great news for the Yankees regarding Bradish clear path to the World Series. We'll see. We'll see. What if the Mariners make the playoffs in their pitching? And the Yankees and the Mariners face each other in the ALCS. Mariners got really good pitching. Do they shut the Yankees down? Mariners don't have a good lineup. Besides Julio, basically. But does the Mariners pitching shut down the Yankees? It could. It could. Orioles do not have depth at pitcher. Yeah, they have some really high talented starting pitching. They definitely do. But they're not healthy. That's why they need to re-sign Corbin Burns. That's why they need to re-sign him. What else is? I don't think there's anything else. What was I believe I saw something from Rob Thompson here. I need to see that. I think he was talking about the Phillies fans. So let's go to Rob Thompson here. Let's bring Rob Thompson up here.
So first of all, I just want to say we got the greatest fans in the world. Those people stayed till the end. That was really cool. Our guys really appreciate it. Well, I think that's probably the most exciting game that we've had this year. It's like a playoff game. So, and the guys responded, so that's good to see. We've been on this long road trip. They show up to Boston. They show up here. They stay through a rain delay. It just tells me a lot about our fan base. It's just fantastic.
Love it. One of the the people that caught the Schwarber home run actually posted to Twitter. That's actually cool. Holding the ball. He was wearing a Schwarber jersey. That's cool. Actually pretty cool. Trade Taiwan to the Baltimore Orioles. Make it happen, Dave. Yankees don't scare me. Come to the bank in October. We'll smoke them. I think the Yankees are actually going to be in Philadelphia at some point in the second half of the season, too. So that'll be an interesting series. I think it is in the second half, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, it's in from July 29th to July 31st. That's when the Yankees come to Philadelphia. That should be an interesting series. It's a Monday to a Wednesday. Should be a very interesting series. 2 night games and an afternoon game at 12:30. Should be very interesting. Yeah, that's very good stuff here. Did the Braves win today? Yes, they did. They won 7-3. So hey, We didn't lose any ground on the Braves, didn't get any ground on the Braves. Basically the same thing as yesterday. What happened? What else happened? Who to hate more, Ben Simmons or James Harden? Ben can't shoot, but James Harden won't play without his pay. I'm sure they're both equally. I think Ben Simmons is hated more just because he was here longer, and we were just promised that he was one of the saviors of the franchise along with Embiid, and Ben Simmons was supposed to be the next greatest player in this league, and he just never wanted to shoot. Ben Simmons is definitely more hated than James Harden. James Harden is 100% hated here. Ben is definitely more hated than James, though. Definitely more. Time is it? 10 of 1? 10 of 1? I think we are getting close to the end. Didn't think it would be this long, but definitely enjoy interacting with you guys here in the chat. 100%. Definitely enjoy interacting with you guys. So, yeah. Good stuff here. Sadly, Sean Hunter did not react to the text that I sent him about the cereal. He'll probably react to it in the morning because he's probably asleep. I know Hunter said that he's probably not reacting to the game tonight. I think he's doing a series as a whole, if I'm not mistaken, because he did post an Eagles vid tonight. And I think he told me that he's doing the series as a whole. So just to prep people that are subscribed to Brodes on this channel. Definitely, yeah, that's the, I think what he said he was doing. So, yeah, interesting stuff there. Tomorrow's Phillies game, 4 o'clock start. In terms of the recap, like I said, I am going to have friends over tomorrow. My buddies over tomorrow to eat dinner, so I'm not sure when I'm going to be able to do the recap. If I can do the recap, it'll probably be recorded. If I can't do the recap, we'll probably just mix it in with Sundays. So definitely just stay tuned for that. You'll see something pop up in your subscription feed. So, yeah. So, that will do it for tonight, everybody. I 100% appreciate you for hanging out for this long. And I wasn't expecting it to go this long, but sometimes it just happens like that. So, appreciate you guys. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It does me a great deal of service. And also use the code TTPSPORTS. $20 off your first purchase at SeaTGeek. Great deal. Don't pass it up. Long night, everybody. It'll probably be a long day tomorrow, too. So, I'll see you